Ah man, I forgot to take this off. Now I'm gonna have a line around my head whole video. Hey, yo, what's good, gang? It's your favorite driver, Dark Kent X. Please say the X. And we back for the week 3 recap. Week 3 was interesting. It was very interesting. Hopefully, you've been subscribed to the channel. You've been seeing the reels because I do those Monday through Friday. This week was dope, man. It was dope. At this point, I've mastered my craft like this. Of course, it's a few little ins and outs to learn, but overall, I've mastered the craft, man. It's simple work. But my service, I've definitely turned that up because at this point, I practically know every customer by name, greet them, have conversations, memorize certain little small facts about them. Basically, I've gotten to know them a little. I know I spoke in a previous video about a customer that actually recognized me from my previous stint as a restaurant owner, and her husband actually offered me a job working for their business. I appreciate it. I thought it was dope, especially being that I've only interacted with them in this industry for 3 weeks now. At the time, it hadn't been quite 2.5 weeks, but they thought enough of me and my service to offer me a position. And while I do appreciate it and think it was super cool, I prefer being my own boss. I really prefer transportation. I don't want to be back sitting behind a desk. I don't mind doing customer service, but I would rather not do it from a desk again. So yeah, I don't believe I'm gonna take the position. He'd like me to let him know by this upcoming Tuesday, so I plan to do that. Also, I had a customer sing to me in both in the reel, I believe I said it was Spanish and Italian, but she also sang in Hebrew that I've forgotten about because I've since went back and watched the footage. I actually had my body cam on that day and didn't realize it because I had been recording something at the warehouse earlier that I was planning to use, and lo and behold, there she was singing. Amazing voice, by the way. I never did get an approval from her whether or not I could utilize it, so I won't be doing it here like I plan to. She'll get around to it when she gets around to it. This week, I may be bringing back an oldie but goodie. It'll be new to you guys, but I may be having my first employee to join the squad, which I'm low-key excited about. I got a guy coming out with me Tuesday morning to get him trained up, show him the ropes, and to get him his own route/contract. That's the plan. Oldie but goodie because this guy actually worked with me at the time that I owned the restaurant. Man, I hired the kid when he was 14, and friendship sounds a little bit weird that he's 14, but I do believe that that's what it is. We've had a good relationship over the years. He recently graduated. I went and did stop by, gave him a gift, spoke to the family because his mom is super dope. Like, I love that lady. But so yeah, he's planning to join Imprada LLC. So I'm looking forward to that because he was one of my greatest employees. And like I said, the kid started with me when he was 14. He was there during the duration of our restaurant, and he was great the entire time. One of our best employees. And I'm sorry, I already said lastly, but I was wrong. Because last was, I tried coffee for the first time. And I did a reel about it. Coffee is terrible. I don't understand how y'all subject yourselves to that on a daily basis, especially those of you that require it to start your day. I have no idea how y'all do that. It's absolutely terrible. Check that reel out to see how I felt about that. I don't want to regurgitate those jokes again, but yeah, check that out. So yeah, man, week 3 was sweet. Good wrap up. Let's see, did I learn anything else from the business at this point? Outside of taking pride in your work, not much. And just to quickly expound on that very briefly, I was told multiple times throughout the week, you're so much better than the last courier we had from, the business that I've partnered with. And even with that said, a couple of the customers cleared it up that it's not that the person previous to me was bad, it's just that I'm better. They made sure to say that, said, I had nothing against them, but how you do it just works better. I'm efficient. I work very efficiently. I don't waste energy or time. I get people their parts as soon as I can. I mean, it's a very simple job. Again, I don't understand how people go wrong with it, but I make it my business. I did the same thing with my restaurant. I would often tell my employees, prepare the food as if you're serving it to your mother. Now, unless they had a bad relationship with mama, like I can't fix that, but most people want to put the best foot forward at that point in time, and I take pride in the things that I do. So as I'm doing it to the best of my ability, and that's it. It's not difficult to be nice to people. It's not hard to be on time. I'm just driving and being cordial with people. And again, I make it it's important to me to actually know their names. I took that from the restaurant industry, having those customers come in and calling them by name. It was just a little extra to the service. So I still utilize that because I realized what it did then. Why not try to apply it now? And I've seen very clearly that it works just as well. So yeah, that's week 3 in a nutshell. I don't want to drag it, so till next time, man. If it ain't dope, it ain't me, and it shouldn't be you either. DVO gang. Peace, y'all.